men counted summers, before kings carved laws in stone, before ships chased western waters, and hearth fires warmed the cold. The gods looked down from heaven at Midgard's turning wheel, and gave the sun her pathway, so crops and beasts could heal. Sol drove her blazing horses, Arvakur and Alsvidr flew across the sky of Vymir's skull, as all creation grew. And every year one bright day came, when daylight stretched too far, a reminder that the world still turned beneath the watching stars. The fields stood gold, the rivers ran, the sheep grew fat and strong. The wise gave thanks, the fools got drunk, and swore the day was wrong. It was the longest day of Midgard, when shadows hid away, when Sol rode high above the world and would not yield to gray. The longest day of Midgard, the height of summer's reign, a gift the gods had measured out through sunlight, seed and grain. Yet every feast I witnessed proved one eternal truth: give mortals endless daylight, and they'll invent new ways to be fools. The Norse still wove beside the roots, fate never ceased its thread, even while children danced in fields. The future marched ahead. The farmers watched the heavens, the sailors watched the sea, the hunters watched the forest paths, and all watched carefully. For winter always waited beyond the warmth and cheer. Every sunset after midsummer brought darkness slightly near. The wise understood the bargain, the lesson hidden there. Nothing lives forever, not kingdoms, gods, nor air. But did they listen? Some did. Others challenged wrestling bears. I wish I were joking. It was the longest day of Midgard, when shadows hid away, when Sol rode high above the world and would not yield to gray. The longest day of Midgard, the height of summer's reign, a gift the gods had measured out through sunlight, seed and grain. Yet every feast I witnessed proved one eternal truth: give mortals endless daylight, and they'll invent new ways to be fools. I watch them light great bonfires, I watch them sing all night, I watch them swear impossible things beneath the lingering light. Some sought blessings from the gods, some sought lovers near, some promised wisdom for the future, then forgot it by next year. Even Odin laughed at that one, which is troubling, because Odin rarely laughs. This is the longest day of Midgard, the crown of summer sky, when Sol burns bright above the world and daylight lingers high. The longest day of Midgard, a turning in the year, when When ancient folk remembered well why sunlight was held dear. For warmth was life, and grain was life, and life was never free. The gods gave order to the heavens, the rest was up to thee. So raise a horn to summer, to sunlight on the land, to every soul who looked above and sought to understand. The wheel still turns, the seasons move as they did long ago, and soul still rides a golden road, while skull remains several centuries behind schedule.